Tornadoes, hurricanes, flooding can cut families from electricity, food, and help sometimes for days. Those folks need to be prepared ahead of time, get themselves together an emergency disaster kit.
So we're here to guide us on what's most important in an emergency is Craig Cooper, spokesperson for the American Red Cross. Craig, good to see you.
Good to see both of you.
Okay, so let's start off with just the essentials, the basics, what people need for anything. This is not just for hurricanes.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, what you need for a hurricane, a flood, a tornado, any of those things, it's very much the same thing. We always tell people to start off and make sure that they've got food and water, a lot of water. We say a gallon per person per day. If you end up at home and you lose power like we did on Long Island for more than 10 days,
During
2 weeks,
Sandy?
yeah, it was just brutal. You need a lot of water, a gallon per person per day. The types of foods that we recommend are things that you can eat without preparing, things that you're going to enjoy. If you do get canned foods, for heaven's sake, make sure you've got a manual can opener as well.
And then what about when the lights go out, as they did, and stayed out?
Oh, yeah.
You need to be prepared, and a lot of people all of a sudden start scrambling when it's too late.
Yeah, that's the big issue. You know, there are so many different types of flashlights, so many different types of batteries. Make sure you have the right batteries for your flashlight, of course, and do not, under any circumstances, wait until the last minute.
And don't use candles.
Do not use candles under any circumstances.
To stay in touch, you need a radio. I mean, it's low tech, but it works.
Oh yeah, I mean, 90% of Long Island was without power for almost a week. And it's just millions and millions of people that weren't able to watch the Weather Channel, weren't able to go online, and all of a sudden, radio became the hero.
And this has its own little generator.
Yes, it does. So these crank up. That one's ready, already tuned in. But
and it gives you a workout too while you're at it, you know?
Exactly,
you get good buff arms.
But these are very, very important. They have a light, they have an alarm, and we strongly recommend these things.
Okay, so if you get injured, a first aid kit, just the basics, what do we need?
Well, you know, obviously you can get a first aid kit, you can get it at any store, you can get it off our website, redcross.org, but people get hurt after these things. There's debris everywhere. You're trying to lift branches away from your car, your house. It's very important to make sure that you have the right, just the basics. If it's more than basic.
Speaking of basics, cash is king, because
Yes,
ATMs shut down, banks are closed.
Yep, it is. You know, it's so important.
How much money should you take out?
Well, you know, I think it's probably a personal decision, but if you think about, well, I need to fill my tank, I need to get to a store to get some food, or luckily there's a fast food place down the block that I can get to, I would say, you know, think about a few $100s to have on hand, because you just want to make sure that until the ATMs and everything else are up and running, that you have the money that you need.
And a great app. Show us what you have on your app.
This is just a fantastic
it?
app. This is our hurricane app. There are a variety of different, I'm sorry, I hope the camera is able to see that, but we have a hurricane app, a tornado app. This may have just gone to the tornado. But basically, the Red Cross now has a number of different apps, one for each type of disaster. They're free. They're downloadable for Apple products. They're downloadable for Android products as well. And they give you all of the tips, and they also give you emergency notices ahead of time.
Craig Cooper, thank you so much. More information on our website on redcross.org.